This is our contract creator on home campus, which you can get to by coming to the left navigation bar, going down to contract creator, clicking on the tab, and then you will be presented with three different options. You can do simple contract creators, which are going to allow you to do contracts for a full season for a sport at one time. You could do multi-team contract creators, which allows you to package together a few different sports against one opponent for a contract. And then we have advanced contract creator, which allows you to keep track of your executed contracts and actually do online signatures for contracts as well. So first, let's go over the simple contract creator. The simple creator allows you to choose the team, the level, and the date range for the games that you want to create contracts for. So you could do the entire season if you'd like. And then the results will show all of the games that you have scheduled for that date range. You can check off all of the boxes that you want to create contracts for, and then choose the position of the person that is going to be signing the contract, okay? And then click Create Contract. And what this does is it creates a contract for each one of these games for us in Microsoft Word, like this. And you can see all of the information is filled out in red, like that. And you still can update it here if you'd like to as well. That's the simple contract creator. This is good if you want to do an entire season worth of contract at one time. Next, let's look at the multi-team contract creator. When we click on that, we're going to be forced to choose an opponent. So here we're going to choose our opponent. We can choose the sport that it's for, the level. Here we're just going to say all for levels, and the date range. And here you can see that it gives us options for the events that we want to place on one contract. So when we do the simple contract creator, we're creating multiple contracts. When we do the multi-team contract creator, we're just creating one contract at a time. So here you can see that there is a boys soccer JV and varsity game against this particular school at this date. So here we can go ahead and make a contract for those two games, or we could also include these other two games too and click Create Contract File that way. And what you notice is that each one of those games have been added to the contract. So this becomes useful when doing multiple game contracts for multiple levels. So if you have a contract with another school for a sport where you're going to be playing games for varsity, JV, Frost-Soft, etc., the multi-team contract might be the one that works best for you. Lastly, let's take a look at our advanced contract creator. The advanced contract creator allows you to keep track of all the pending contracts that you have out, all of the executed contracts that you have, and allows you to generate reports for all of them. So let's start here by looking for some contracts. Let's go ahead and select a couple of these games. And what we can do is we are going to go ahead and click Create Contract. When we click Create Contract, what that does is that adds those to our pending contract list. So first we have to initiate the contract, then the contract is pending, and we can search for it there. So here you can see here are the two ones that we marked as pending, and we actually do have a feature that allows the other school through their home campus account to actually sign off on it through their advanced contract creator too. Or if you received a email saying that everything's good to go, you could always mark these as completed, and then they move to the executed list. So then if we look up our executed contract, you can see here's the ones that we have executed so far. And of course, what we could do is we could select all of our executed contracts and click Print. And it's going to do the same thing that it does on the simple contract creator, where it does one contract for each one of our games. The advanced contract creator has really good functionality, and if we could get a lot of people on board using this, then it's going to make everything a lot easier for creating contracts. It could be very similar to the transfer process that we have with the former school signing off on what the new school of the student has submitted.